Obviously, staffing a bit of an issue with the proximity of you guys and teams being close. Do you see a day down the road eventually where the league grows to the point where you have an affiliate system, relegation, promotion, all that kind of thing? Do you see the league going in that direction?
No, to be honest, no, because I think the lack of ice rinks, and the league below us is privately owned too. So those clubs are privately owned. So they're running it like a business, you know what I mean? So, we do some two-way contracts like in that league, but the problem is we don't have control over those guys. So we'll agree to do a two-way. A guy will come up and maybe practice with us once in a while to help develop them. But then say on a Saturday, I got two guys go down with injuries and I need a guy on the Sunday. I'll call them and say, hey, can I get this guy? And they're like, sorry, we got a big game tonight.
Right.
So you don't have control over it, right? So I think the league is a long, long ways away from having any type of two-way system that's, in control of the clubs and the clubs in our league, resourcing those teams as well.
Wow. I've learned so much. I don't know about you. I've learned so much about the UK league and also Danny Sharp's attack, name dropping this is the season, this when that happened.
Yeah, you never know the guy had a few conkies in his day, huh?
Imagine if he didn't.
Well, until I fumble my words in a pregame speech, then you'll know it's. I've had a few.
Give us a quick preview on what you're expecting out of your boys this year in Nottingham.
Expecting a lot. We got loads of talent. We got Chase Pearson. We signed Chase Pearson this year. I think he's only 3 years removed from being in Detroit for a handful of games. We got some really good players back from last year's team and Matt Alfaro, Mitch Fossier, Tim Doherty, Cooper Zach. We brought Jason Grande back, a goalie who just ended up being an absolute sleeper. I mean, we signed Jason. So we had Ryan Bednard last year, who was an absolute stud of a goalie. By the way, I know, Trav, I know you like your goalies, but and he took an injury around January, and we had just brought Grande in because we had Hunter Gorva that was in Kalamazoo, and he had a family illness, so he had to go back home, unfortunately. So we brought Jason Grande in, who had been in Slovakia in a tough situation, and brought him in. And first couple of weeks, he was finding his feet, and then Bednard got hurt, so we gave the net to Jason, and his numbers are just phenomenal to the end of the year. So we were able to bring him back, and we brought Kevin Carr in, who's a veteran goalie who's played at some good levels and a really good goalie. And Kevin's been phenomenal for us. Jason starting to find his feet, but just recently picked up an injury. I think combined with us in front of him, maybe not being sharp, his numbers maybe weren't there compared to last year, but he's a phenomenal goalie, and I know he'll come good. I think the expectations for us is the challenge for everything this year, and as maybe you don't, well, there are three main trophies here that we compete for. They follow the model of soccer, right? Football, the Premiership. So the league championship's the big one, and then the playoffs, and then they do a Challenge Cup competition, almost like FA Cup or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So they're all competitive, man, and we're also playing in a European tournament called the Continental Cup this year because we won the playoffs last year.
Well, best of luck, man. Trav, I can tell you, growing up in Fort McMurray, and Danny can tell you, we had a lot of talent, like amazing amount of talent that I remember playing hockey as a youth up there, and seeing Danny and his success all the way through, all the way over to the UK. We miss him in North America, but we're really proud of all your success, man. Truthfully.
Well, I appreciate that, Wills. I do, and hey, same back to you, man. I mean, you're probably more successful than I am.
Well, it's debatable. Yeah. I'm sure we could trade spots in a heartbeat and still do okay.
Hey, humble pie. Ain't nothing wrong with a little humble pie.
Take him out, Trev.
He's got a little more of a hairline, but...
This was a clip for a full-length show. If you want to watch the full episode of the clip you just saw, click right here. You get the full show, and they go up live every single Sunday. If you want more clips of what you just saw, click right here. You can see the next great hit.